What's up guys, and welcome to another video here on Abster TCG. So today we are doing a little bit of a funny video. We are playing Wano Nami or Wani. I found this list on One Piece Top Decks, went 6-0 in an event. Shout out to Matias Morales if you're watching this for this list. So the idea behind the list is that you are playing the Yamato Searcher with a little bit heavier on the Wano package instead of the Warlords. Naturally, before I'm not the biggest fan of play like a Wano engine, because I think the Warlord cards are more important in the deck, like the Slaver or like Rikuma. So I rather put more Warlord cards into the deck to justify playing Sengoku, and now we only play it at 2, so that's that. But in this list we are playing the Hiyori, Kikunujo and the Marcos naturally. So just by adding Forotama and then Momonosuke, we have 15 targets, which is the same as we have in the regular Nami list. So not that much more about the list. I'm going to play on a Smurf account here, just because I just want to test out the deck, get some games in, but I think the important part is to see how it works. So with that said, like, subscribe, and let's get into the games. Okay, so we have a Teach here, and I think we are going to keep this hand because we have a Searcher, we have like more like Kiko, Kuma, which are generally good into the Teach. So we'll start with the Search here. I think there's some arguments to take Hiyori here. The reason why is because we can swing 6 next turn, and Teach as a leader most likely takes the first hit. And then from there we can stack the Kiku, then we can defend life, then we can push another life, and then we get a free Kiku on that. And if our opponent decides to counter out of this 6, we still get to draw with the leader, because we stack with Kiku either way. And we also have a Gravity Blade in this list, which is really nice into Teach 2. I think it's good into both variations, the control but also the hybrid or Burgess variant. So our opponent gets Trigger here. I have no idea what that would be like my era, but then you probably would trigger it either way, right? So we are going to stack the Kiku, which means we can decide to push. Oh, maybe it was a Tempest kick to be able to take out the Yamato. That's a thing with this game too. Keep, as my headset says, it won't charging. Like if your opponent thinks on a trigger, then like you kinda know like there could be one. So same thing if that happens IRL. They're like, okay, try to think what trigger it can be. So in this spot, there's like probably 99% that there's a Tempest kick in hand. So we have that info. Okay, so playing the Dokyu here, pops the Yamato. That is fine. I think it's slightly annoying if we get a 7k to our face, because we have to pitch 2 cards. We also have Red Rock, which is insanely good in this matchup. Okay, so we are going to be under the leader ability here. Okay, so I'm... Oh wait, we probably should have done this first. Swing the 8 first, so if we kill the Dokyu gets another card, there's less cards to defend. And I guess this could be a Vortex too. Maybe we should have played around that actually. Because now we swing on the Dokyu. I mean, it's kind of fine because like Teach didn't develop anything here, but knows that we probably stacked the Kiku here, so probably should have played around it, because there was no reason to just swing 5 instead of 7. Yeah, so I should definitely have just went all in. And this I like, getting the swing Kikus, you get extra value. And I don't remember how many slave arrows we have in this deck, or if there even was any. So the Kiku like gives no added benefit on board except being a target for Oda, which now when I think about it also is really good. So going to play the Kuzan here. Okay, have no targets for it. Okay, so either we swing a 8, play Marco, or we play Kuma. I think it's better to go 8 Marco, because this most likely should get the hit. Yeah, so we get to draw, and then we can... I think it's better to stick the Kiku here than the Marco. Because we wanna draw cards with leader, and Kiku is going to be able to heal. So the thing is that if we Kuma that now, like if it theoretically would Kuma, then we would have gotten another life, which means that we have to take 2 to get to the Kiku. And also we are not in any need of healing, so I think just getting the push is better. So I think looking at this hand, this game feels unlosable, having both Gravity Blade Red Rock, having tempo, and also everything. So swings a5 here. I think we can take 2 life this turn, because we are gonna flash out the Kiku. Potentially could be a Belly Auger coming out now, KOing one of the Kikus. That's a potential we have to think about. Then there's a question if you are going to Red Rock it or not. Yeah, we are going to see the Wano here. Or yeah, there's like no other targets. I guess Doku, but yeah. So the Auger teach. Okay, place the Lafitte here too. Probably just to get it on board, being like non-efficient. And then we get the heal here. So this hit I don't think we take. Do we? That's a good question. I think we want to push next turn, because like if we start going board, then like the 10 drop chain starts to happen and we haven't like pushed enough, then that would feel bad. Yeah, so we are going to use leader here, and I think we are just going to pitch the Kuma, because I don't think we are going to find a spot to play it efficiently or being able to get the heal. So this turn now, yeah, we could go board, but I think it's just better to swing face. So we're going to use 4 dons to play the Marco, which means that we have 5 dons left to swing. So 1 don under Nami makes both 6, and then it's just 4/4. Yeah, so we can start with the 8 with Kiku, because that shows less what we are going to do. Maybe. Okay, yeah. Okay, we get another Kiku, so I think we are going to play it over the Marco, because healing is better than drawing 2 in this scenario, and the Bokker is not going to give us any utility. But just being a 4-drop is also great. And also like swinging 8s into teach is alright to do also. Like if you would go 7-9 here, I think it would be slightly worse, because this deck plays less 2Ks. So if you want to take 1, defend 1, 2 2Ks needs to be thrown, or like this. Like, so if you went like 7-9, we just have thrown 2-1 and then took the 9. So I like into decks like this, it can be valuable to split the Don when you swing, because that means the opponent either way has to defend a bigger swing. Yeah, so now we're just gonna play the Kiku and then pass. So if this wants to take out the standing Kiku, our opponent here basically needs to swing into this and are not going to get value of any of these. So even though it's annoying to see those on board, I don't think, like, if you look at our win con this game, I don't think we really care about them being here. And we also have like, okay, so if we go wide, we have Gravity Blade for next turn, or if we play 10 drop like our opponent decides to do here, we have the Red Rock. But the slightly annoying thing here is that this will probably get frozen, and then gonna pop this, we're going to heal 1. And then we'll Red Rock the Teach, and then I think we go 5 and play the Marco instead of doing like just doing a 9. If our opponent would be at 1 life, we would definitely go for the 9 just to put him at 0. So we will throw the Nojiko here. Okay, so we are going to be able to have on place this turn. I think we are just going to Red Rock, swing F5, and then play the Marco, so we establish 2 threats. So most likely we'll counter. Teach should definitely counter at this spot here. Okay, never mind. Maybe bricked up in the hand or something. So this is actually interesting, because if there's another 10 drop here, that means that we're going to lose one of the bodies. One is going to get freezed. So the question then is if we just go 15, or if we decide to try to like go wide and develop. I think because there's 5 cards in hand, it's not the easiest thing to tax the hand with a wide board for now. Like when Teach is going down to like 3 cards in hand, then these 5k swings becomes really lethal. Okay, so we are going to lose our entire board here, but I think this is a much more welcome outcome than another 10 drop here. And we are like in no danger of getting killed. And I think from now on, like, we can just take the hits that swings because we could get a Kiku. I don't think this list run any Satoris, but yeah, we can get a Kiku and like just get more options in hand because we're not in any range of dying, and our leader ability at this point is like kind of pointless to resolve, like to try to play around. I guess the option could be that, okay, having a lot of life makes it easier long term against 10 drops and whatnot. So there's probably 2 plays next turn depending what he plays. Either we go 7 play Kid, just have it there as a body, or we're going to Graveblade go 8, maybe even play Yamato. If we are not on the leader, the Yamato option is slightly more tempting, because that means that we could find Oden, play the Oden, but it's vulnerable to teach, and our opponent has stage now, which means that we most likely will be able to have a teach coming up sooner than later. So we're just going to take these, get more options into hand. So even if this is a 5, I think we should take, but swinging a 7 here to begin with, I'm inclined to think that there's probably 8 coming to us. I think we should definitely have used stage before swinging with Augur, because then we would have 4 downs open. So if we, for example, would have drawn a Burgess, that could have been an option. Yeah, so we will... Oh, do we take this? I don't think we do, actually, because are we really looking for anything? Okay, going to Black Hole here. Yeah, we're looking for... we're looking for red rocks here. So I think we're just going to go for the Graveblade line, then swing a 7, and then we are going to play the no, wait, we should have swung a 8. That's my bad, because the dock is on board, so playing Yamato here doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, it wouldn't matter either way, because of the vortex. Yeah, so now I think what we are going to do here is we are going to hard defend life, and go wide on board if a 10 drop comes out. If not, then we have to consider and see what happens. But as I like explained before, like at these spots when teach are super low resources, most likely want to keep leader ability up on us so we can't Kid. I think Kid is probably the only really annoying on play for teach at this spot, which means that going wide on board when there's a 10 drop, swinging these 5s are really lethal, because with 3 cards in hand it's really hard to get over. Okay, so have the Kuzan here. I think last time we actually did a mistake again with Gravity Blade, because our opponent left Studon open. So we should probably maybe have kept the Grab Blade, try to extend board, because now we get a little bit punished because Kuzan is on board. Don't place a Karibu. We are blocked the fuck up. But if there's no leader ability here, then we could actually go for Kid and then 7, and then at 0, or maybe even go wide. Okay, swings a 7 here. Yeah, as I said, I think we want to defend. Shira is actually decent at this spot, so we throw the Yamato and Otama. Maybe Otama is good actually, because we can pump. I haven't played that much with Otama as a card. I tested some with OP13 because a cool combo you can do is when you are 2 life against like even ace, when you're at 0, you can go for unblock. You can go for Otama, get down to 1 life, and then go for unblockable event. Okay, so we are going to have on plays for this turn, which means that I'm just going to Kid, see what we draw. Yeah, and then I think swing a 7. Maybe a 6 and Yamato could have been okay, because this will get the search off. But the dock you can just use up resource on it. Okay, so we are going to Kuzan here, probably take the Kuzan, and then the Kuzan can get turned into a Shiryu. Get another draw so it can keep us on the leader. So I think we're going to pitch the Oden here, because as I said, like another 10 drop would be lethal. But yeah, we both take that one. A lot of teach list actually right now runs only like 2 10 drops, which means that it's less likely. But looking at the deck, is 24 cards. We have filtered through our deck. Oh, maybe we haven't used Lafitte yet, but stage starting to filter anything, so there should be a 10 drop coming up if a 10 drop is needed here. Maybe there's an argument here from opponent to go for Kuzan, play Augur, and oh wait, no, we can't because we got rid of the Augur. Okay, swings a 5. We did leader. Yeah, that's good, I guess, because we can't get on plays on triggers, but I don't think there's any trigger like on play triggers right now. But yeah, better safe than sorry. I guess if you are going to lead it either way, it's probably better to do at the beginning of a turn. I mean, I guess the argument not to would be that we will see another card with Kuzan, but looking at this, there was no Burgess in rotation, so maybe we did that. But we have stage, we could have done that. Okay, swings the 5. The aura swing. Okay, so we will see the 10 drop come out now, which is it's both annoying and not, because we are really healthy at life, which means that if we go wide next turn, it's really hard for Teach to be able to do anything. We could pop some with value, but at least if we get to keep some bodies up, that would be really good. So I think we are going to start with just swinging if. Wait, so this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to start with a 6k lead, just to try to bait a card out of hand, or like take the block with the Karibu. Because that could be the option, like, okay, there could be like Rush Luffy, so if we block with Teach, we win if we have Rush Luffy here, so... Okay, so we're not playing around Rush Luffy. Yeah, this will be game with Rush Luffy. Yes, we're just gonna split our entire hand out here to be able to have like multiple swingers. Because now 2 blockers on cards in hand, so 5k swings are really taxing. So it could be worth to even swing with the Shira. We could also take hits now. So yeah, probably most likely... Oh wait, Doku is also gone, so we are most likely getting value of either Yamato or Teach. Because of our opponent's Teach on board. So I think this game is interesting. I'm gonna upload it either way if we win or lose. I think the Teach matchup is probably slightly favored for Teach, but Nami has a lot of tools to be able to play around. So if you play the matchup correctly, I think you have more fun. Like, you're less disadvantaged than what you would be if you play the matchup wrong. Okay, so going to take a Burgess. Burgess doesn't do anything here. So our opponent is looking for another 10 drop. Did we search with Lafitte last turn? If we did, then there might be finding the other 10 drop to next turn. So I think we maybe have to actually go for lethal next turn. Because if we use stage, that means that we have, yeah, definitely have the 10 drop coming up soon. And if they're, okay, getting an era, yeah, now there's like almost guaranteed getting the 10 drop with all this cycling. So if Lafitte is used twice and the stage is used 3 times, that's 4, 2, 2, that's 10 cards. Which means that the Teach should be on the 8 cards from top. So if we age now, then we will go down to 5 to T. Oh wait, maybe not actually. Maybe the Teach is 1 card off. It will be interesting to see if we manage to close out the game and... Oh right, wait, we stage... Oh yeah, we stage put 2 on bottom. Yeah, it will be interesting if we are correct in the assessment. That's if like we did the math right with the Lafitte. Okay, so opponent thinking here. That probably means that okay shit, we can't hyper blocker up as the clock is ticking here. Only 2 minutes left on the clock. I see the difference here between, we have 40 minutes and there's only 4.2 minutes here. Because I was looking at recording and it's only 18 minutes. I'm like, wait, my opponent has 2 minutes left and we're like 18 minutes in recording and then okay, 14. So we play this game essentially for like 3 minutes. Okay, so you're going to pop the Teach. So this Teach is most likely taking out the Yamato. Yeah. And then we will see a swing from leader, yeah, and the bird. Yes, I think we are going to do leader here just to stay healthy. Okay, we're not going to use bird, yes. And as we top deck a gravity blade, we can just go 7 with the Marco. Important to swing with Marco first, so if you swing with leader, you can block and just pop the Marco. So this means that our opponent needs to be able to counter out of a 7k swing or it's cooked. Yeah, because we can just go 779, so the one of the 7Ks has to be countered. And I don't know what you're thinking here, because that's like the only obvious outcome that this game can have from now. So if you block a Chiryu, yeah, probably gonna pop the Marco. Yeah, so then we go 7, we need to counter here, or we are going to lose. Yes, we are going to lose. Okay, so yeah, wait. Yeah, the teach was under the auger. Yeah, the teach were 3 cards on top of deck, so we did the assessment correct. So let's get to the next game. So we have a Kobe here, and looking at this hand, I think I like this because we have the pudding, and we have a kid as well into a kind of like burnable leader, or how you could call it, like more burnable leader, or something. So we're going to play the peacock now, the rooster. You're going to take the Kobe, playing a Ripper by its side. So we're gonna do the classic Nami 8k. We're gonna get the life because Ripper can't block. And we're going to pass. Okay, going to swing a 5k here. We are going to pitch a kid because I think like this 4 life leader, I don't think we actually need more than 1 kid. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. Yeah, playing a Kiko here is probably not the best thing to do because it could get swung on by like everything. So I think it's just better to stay true to what our deck wants to do and just push. And also, like, this deck has like essentially one mode in my opinion, and that's just to go on board. So if we like keep the focus on just burning and trying to find a way to have lethal, I think that's the way you want to play this matchup. And also Shiroshi is an interesting tech in the deck. I haven't really thought about it at all, and I don't exactly see what it comes up against. Like, we're talking matchup wise, maybe Teach, but like it's just gonna be like a small blocker then, so maybe you could play like another Wano card to make that section of the deck more consistent. So we could pudding for 1 card here. I think we're going to do it because I'd imagine we're not gonna counter out at 1. So we're just gonna play 1. Get out a card of hand. Gonna waste some swings on the pudding. Maybe playing the 8-drop here. Oh wait, night right in pudding. Yeah, we had the 8-drop though, so maybe just playing the 8-drop here would have been the play. Just try to push for future turns. Just playing the kid is probably gonna die quite fast because we don't have the most defensive tools. So maybe we're just gonna use it to be able to life burn. I'm going to play the Hibari. Probably gonna swing face with the Kusan. I think we are going to take 2 hits this turn just to get more defensive cards for the kid, so we can protect it. We're gonna peacock, we don't care, we're gonna take either way, so we quite like that the peacock is spent. And we're gonna get another Ripper. So we swing a 6k here. And then we are going to use the kid. We're gonna get the cycle, pitch the Kiko, and now we have the Yamato here. which could actually be turned into a lethal weapon later on, because only 2 Dawn makes it a 5k swing. And yeah. So I wonder what our opponent is going to do here. Yeah, as we are sitting here waiting for our opponent. Hope you all have a nice day or evening or whenever you're watching this. Yeah, that was the small talk for today. You know, going for a 5k here. Yeah, I'm not fucking with that one. We are going to drop the pudding, the giga pudding. Okay, this is an ambitious swing. We're not gonna let that ambition go to waste. Yeah, we're gonna just pitch the Nojiko here. They had some life. Start with the Yamato here. Okay, the Momonosuke is a cool card, so I clicked on it. Maybe I should actually have thought that we're going to play Kuma this turn, so we probably gonna pitch the Momo. But that's not important. So we're actually grinding. Have we actually seen all 4 Rippers? Yeah, no wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we see 3 of the Rippers. Is there any more blockers in this deck? Oh, they could play Rosie too, but once these blockers are out, then the face will take a big fat beating by Nami. I know what you were thinking about. So yeah, there's not super much to analyze from this game here. We just want to push down to 0 and then just take the swing, because this deck is so frail to aggressive stuff. Like I guess the deck would need like a good blocker to able to function optimally. Yeah, so we are thinking here. Maybe we take all the swings this turn, or maybe we potentially. No, wait, no, we're actually going to take, because I'd assume that resources are going to get spent on the Kuma here, so we can just freely take. Then probably, yeah, and we got another Kuma, which is nice. Okay, the 7k swing here. Yeah, we're just gonna let it go. We wanna tank this phase. Dropping a card is like unnecessary. We could also get Kikon Hoju, which we should have. Okay, going to swing on the Yamato. We are seen to, or maybe we should have counted actually to. No, but this could swing too, so it wouldn't matter in the end, because then we need to counter super heavy out. Yeah, as we are going to resolve the Captain Kobe, not Captain Kobe, the Kobe here. So used to saying Captain Kid, so 6k leader, that's fine because we're gonna swing 8, leaving 1 on top. Interesting. Could it be a beam or the 4th Ripper? I'm gonna crash out if there's a Ripper. Oh right, I forgot to tell. This deck plays Gravity Blade too. It's kinda cool. It's a great target for Kuma. Rad Beam? Or is there any one cost? It could be like the event with Garp on that takes a card. They could take a 2k from trash. Maybe take. Okay, yeah, no, just gonna 2k, 1k, 1k. How's that one? And then we're just gonna Kuma and then pass. So now we don't really like. We don't really care because this is gonna die either way, right? So we're just gonna. Probably just gonna take all the hits. Do we have a good enough defense next turn to do that? Probably are gonna have with all the cards we're gonna get. Okay, the Oden. Yeah, we might get down to 1. We have seen 2 Kumas, so we could see more. Let me defend out of this, try to stay at 2. Nah, we're just gonna take. But we want to reduce our hand size to get a draw, so I think it's better to get out of one of these swings. We just take the Kobe hit. But yeah, the 2 lives are annoying, and we can't really develop anything if there's not the most broken card in the game now coming out here. Yeah, like I play this deck, but I'm still convinced Kikunoji shouldn't be a card. Okay, we are the goats. So we're going to Kid. Order didn't matter. This will push our opponent to needing to swing for lethal, but we have too much defense in our hand, and our opponent's board is too little. So yeah, that's that. So we go for 1k. And Nojiko. I guess double Nojiko would be fine. Maybe we should have kept the Nojiko actually. Okay, yeah, I don't think I agree with the 7k here. I think there should be 9-9 with these instead if we want to win. Because now we just waste 2 Don on a 1k when the 2 Don could have went for would have get the 2k also in the same swing. So yeah, this one we could take because we have so much. We want to bait our opponent to go for lethal, then we're going to defend, and our opponent's going to concede, and we're going to win the game. Swing say 10. Yeah, we have enough for this swing too. Wait, yeah, I got scared there for a second, like, wait. Yeah, and then we are just going to take the GG's. Good manner. Yeah, the name is Empoleon now, goated Pokemon. He's the best Pokemon out of all of them. Okay, we get the honor to smite with the kid there. Yeah, and there's a Kobe Hilmeko and Aramaki. Yeah, so let's get to the next game. Okay, so we have a Blue Sun. Long time no see. I feel like this deck started the format like really good, like getting a regional win, and now the deck has just completely disappeared from the face of the earth. And I think some things that have to do with it is we got getting EBO2. So yeah, we go first into Kuzan. We definitely want to go second, and I think this hand is decent because Peach is a really nice card, and the reason why is because Kuzan is also a pudding deck. To having something to decrease our hand size and also being able to push is definitely welcome in this matchup. So we're going to start with the 6 here. Yeah. So Kuzan's also almost always takes the first hit. Probably should counter out of it, to be fair, just not give us the free draw. Okay, so going to swing a 6, we will use the leader here. Oden I could actually see us playing, so I think we're just going to pitch the UR here. It's just like we're throwing a 2k to a swing. We could also have taken it because we decided to play our teach. But looking at their hand, I don't know if we are in dire need of like that many cards in hand. 9 cards, so I think we will play the Marco, and then we are just going to push a 8. Putting the Odin on top because it doesn't have counter. Yeah, going to take it. So now we are really looking for pudding. Okay, wait. Okay, we get punished. I should have thought about that. But I feel like the odds of our opponent getting like trigger, they play like 3 or 4 of them in the deck in total, so the odds are like getting the trigger here is stacked against us essentially. Okay, wait, we're gonna take this one. Or like the odds are stacked against our opponent, I meant, of course. So we had odds on our side. I think like maybe up towards 90%. Or yeah, maybe something like that. So I think doing the correct play with like 10% risk was worth it because the reward was much bigger than just swinging 6 and playing the Marco. And then also would have the trigger for a later turn, because most likely our opponent would have countered, so we would only get a extra swing in with Marco next turn, because our opponent will take it eventually and then bot take the Marco. So I think it was the right play to do. Yes, like statistically wise. So this turn, yeah, I was gonna say I'm a little just afraid of a Kuzan, because it's like a big body that sticks into board. But at the same time, I'm happy it's a Kuzan because we have the Odin. But the problem is if we decide to play Odin now, there could be another, like there could be Garp Kuzan and then there's lights out. But the other option is to like Gokuma, then swing like a 6, because I think our opponent is going to counter out of it, and I think that way is slightly worse. I think because we lost the Marco, I think we have to play it our win con, which will be the Odin, and then next turn we can take one, counter out of one. If we take two, then we have Kuma for next turn. Worst case. So I think we actually have to play for the Odin this game, because I went out. Even though it feels bad to, I think we have to play to our win con here. Okay, drops the Hina, so we're going to play the Odin and then pass. And we also have the Teach, which synergizes really well with Odin, because we can play, like next turn we can't play Kid, but we can play like a Kuma and also get a big swing. Okay, this I like because there was no Kuzan coming out. That means that we are going to be able to turn our Odin sideways next turn. So the only question now, if we want to go face or if we want to go board. So the 6k swing here we are going to counter, because 1-1 throwing Zeus, it's probably bad in this matchup because there's like no targets. If our opponent plays Mark, I guess we can Mark go in Zeus into Pudding, but like we can't do it on the Borsa, so yeah, this one taps a 4 drop, doesn't matter as for now. Yeah, so now our opponent's board is getting a little bit too big and a little bit too scary for my liking, and there's a lot of cards in hand and we don't have a Pudding. I think Pudding would be the best draw in this spot. Okay, no, we are getting a Gravity Blade and we only have one potential target on board, not counting the Sengoku, but then we need to decrease the hand size to 4, which we probably cannot do this turn. So my question now is if we decide to swing hard here on the Kuzan. So I think we are going to start with a 9k to face to see what happens. Because if we get 3 cards out of hand, killing the Kuzan will be much more easy to do. And then we also have the options not to use the Odin. Yeah, okay, so going to take, we're going to get the draw. Getting a Kiku is 4-3-1. So what we could do here, we could swing 6 lead, could play Kiku, we could bounce the Teach and then swing again face with the Odin. The other line could be just to go 5 lead and then go for Kid, trying to, and then like hard defend, go for bodies and try to go for lethal. Because we also get a cycle, so we'll have a lot of counter in hand. And I don't think we can... Oh, we could actually die if we do that. If we swing a 9, we need to 2k, 2k, 1k. And then we only have 2k, 1k, 1k, that's 9. So could be 9. The 9 we take, and then like 11, 12. Yeah, I think that's a little bit risky. We could use the Teach though if we decide to do that. Then that becomes much more appealing because we get to swing a 7 also. So I think we are going to do that. It's not using the Odin. And yeah, from this spot on here, we are hoping that our opponent swings on our board, because then we get to defend a 8k body instead of 7 in face. But if our opponent goes face, I think we take the first one, depending on how the math is, and then from there out we maybe can try to bait a commitment and then finding game. So if it's a 8, we drop Grab Blade in a 2k, I think. If it's a 9, then we have to think about it. Because then if we take, Our opponent could go 11 with the Garp, which leaves 6 on open. So if we take that one too, then we could swing f14 with the Sakazuki. And a 14, we can pitch a Tiger 7, 8, 9, 11. Okay, so we can count that out. So I think, yeah, if it's a 8, then it becomes a. Okay, no. So swings on the O then. This is exactly what I want, because then we get to defend a 8k body instead of a 7. So I think maybe our opponent here should actually swing face instead. And also the Otamas are kinda nice, because we can double Otama to pump our leader. Okay, so we are going to swing a 13 on the Oden. Which 2-2, that's 12. I can't defend this, sadly. So we have to let it go. Leaving Tudon up for 2 ice blocks. Yeah, so my question now is swing 11. We'll get the ice block, then. So 8, then we get 2 more cards. Yeah, I think we are in a tough spot here. But yeah, I think we have to start with a 11 here. Yeah, ice block, 9, then 2 cards, which means we go down to 6 cards in hand. And then we could go... We go 7, no we can't go 7 and Gravity Blade. Okay, yeah, so yeah, we get the 2k, 1k here, as I predicted. So now the question is if we just put everything on the leader and swing face. I think that's the best option. Try to get a draw and then try to get lethal next turn. I don't see another outcome, because if we swing on one of the bodies, you can just ice block again and throw another card. So I think this is strictly better, swinging on a 5, and then we also get to draw an additional card. So yeah, I think as the Kuzoner, the correct thing would be just to swing a 9 with the Kuzan. And I think we are going to take the 9. Or are we going to do? Because if our opponent then decides to swing 9 again, we can pitch, and then we can 2k, 1k, and then we have 2k, 1k, 1k, which means another 9, and then 7 plus 5, 12. Yeah, he's guaranteed lethal. So if we pitch to the first 9, pitch 2k, 1k, means that if there's another 9 coming, we could 2k, 1k, and then our opponent could swing 7 with the Sengoku, and then 9 with leader, and then the rest with Saka. 1, 2, 6, 9, 8. Okay, no, never mind. Maybe we guard the first one. We guard the 9, and then swings another 9. We guard that one too. 2 life, 7. Yeah, then we only need to find some counter. But if you take the first 9, yeah, our opponent decides to swing like 11, that leaves 6 on up, which means 14. We have 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which means we need to find 1 counter. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways this can go from here. Okay, swinging the 5 here is never correct to do, I think, because we are just going to use the Shiroshi. And the 8 here is probably also never correct, because we can just throw 1 card to it. And now when we throw another 2 here, there's like guaranteed that our opponent can't go for lethal here. So we take, find the Marco. So I'm considering what our opponent can do. Yeah, Kuzan locked the... Yeah, sadly we threw the Otama. Maybe we should have thrown to 1k, so we could have been able to swing a 60 now. Okay, we will have Otama. And Fordon is up. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Oh wait, we can Giga swing here. Because we have the Teach 2, so we can actually swing a 18k to life. So yeah, if there's like, okay, 2k, 2k, 2k. Don't blue ball me and do it like this. Don't ice block me now, please. Okay, wait, yeah, we can. Oh, and we get the dub. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we would have lost to ice block here, but okay, yeah. So GG's. So this was it for this video. I actually like this version of the deck. I'm a bigger fan of the other version, but this variation also I think is like viable if you are playing Nami. So with that said, have a great rest of your day or evening or morning or whatever you're watching this.